One of the most thought about ingredient or flavor is well, good morning. Today is June 3rd, day 3 of our 30-day challenge. How many of you are actually walking out there? I would love to hear from you. Are you guys staying hydrated? Eating your potassium every morning? Doing your stretching? I hope these past couple of days, the information has been helpful for you. So today, what are we going to talk about? One of the most thought about ingredient or flavor is salt. What does salt have to do with it? Did I do a Tina Turner impersonation? What's salt got to do with it? Okay, that's it. I'm gonna keep my day job. Yes, salt. How much salt should you be taking? How much salt are we actually taking? So just for comparison and relative sake, here is a micro SD card, and here are some measurements or little measurement scoops. We have a pad, dash, a pinch, and a smidge. So how much salt do you think we should be taking? Take a wild guess. Our body, daily consumption, recommended consumption, believe it or not, a smidge. And what do we take? How much do we take? Here's a teaspoon, just for comparison. If you fill a teaspoon with salt, that's about 1,500 milligrams of salt. A smidge is about 200 milligrams of salt. And that is what we're supposed to be taking a day. Here we have a pack of instant noodles. Now, I'm not picking on this brand because I love this brand, but here's a box. Just read the label. What does that say? So just barely one meal of instant noodles. That is how many times more than our daily recommended sodium. Okay, so what's the difference between sodium and salt? Well, sodium is a chemical and salt is a chemical compound. So what that means is salt is not just sodium. Salt is actually a combination of sodium and chloride. Now, when we talked about hydration a couple of days ago, we mentioned that sports drinks have a lot of sodium. Do you remember why? When we exercise to the point of sweating, we lose sodium in our sweat. And when the balance of sodium and potassium is off, and most likely low in both sodium and potassium, this causes muscles to cramp up. So electrolyte drinks puts that sodium back in your muscles. So if you're not exercising to the point of sweating and you're downing a few bottles of your favorite sports drink, think about all that sodium you're putting in your body. So excessive sodium over a long period of time can cause your blood vessels to stiffen up, even narrow, causing high blood pressure. And that narrowing of your blood vessel then causes less blood flow and oxygen to your organs. So the heart needs to pump more in order to get more blood, which then causes higher blood pressure. And since your heart is a muscle, what happens when it pumps excessively? It enlarges and causes an enlarged heart, which is a completely different topic than what we're dealing with right now, but that's just so you know process or progress of what happens. Now, the narrowing of the blood vessels then cause your heart to work harder and then damages the arterial walls, which then also leads to high blood pressure. One organ that most people don't think about is the kidneys. And we'll go more into details about that later on next week. But just for today, how does sodium affect our kidneys? Kidneys are like cars' oil filter. They filter out stuff that goes into our body. So too much sodium causes extra water to be retained in our cells, which then puts too much strain on the kidneys, which then again raises our blood pressure. So all of these great news because of sodium that we put into our body. So something to think about before you eat that next cup of noodle or whatever that contains high sodium. Think about what it's doing to the rest of your body and then how it's affecting your blood pressure.